Good morning to all the Bonan Vivon Project family all across the world. Ambassador Moses Sadika here, and once again, I bring you the weekly message for this week. We're already in week 4, and the business momentum is slowly picking up. Therefore, all we need to do is to keep pushing and pushing, keep trying harder and harder so that we take this year to a whole new level. Now, today I want to talk about something that has affected many of us. It is a disease that has put a lot of businesses in a coma. It has put a lot of leaders, a lot of networkers into a state of inactivity. And because of that, they are not really getting the results that they ought to be getting out of this business. And this disease is what we call the paralysis analysis. You'll find most of us, we often overthink, certain things that are very simple, certain processes, certain systems in our business that are quite very simple, that if we were to follow them as they are, we would really get better and better results. I've also seen a lot of guys, we have become what they call the information junkies. That means we want to consume and consume and consume more and more knowledge, yet we do nothing with this knowledge that we guys are consuming. And because of this too, a lot of people have fallen into that disease that I would describe as paralysis analysis. Having done the business for the last 7 years, one thing that I've come to realize is that the magic of network marketing is in its simplicity. You may have realized that the top earners, that the top leaders in our team or our company, every time they tell the story, it is as simple as you join the system, you bring one on the left, one on the right, and of course you make that pair, which is 4,800. That is something that anybody can explain. You don't need to have a degree, you don't need to have high level of education, for you to explain that. And that simplicity in it is what is actually making it, quite doable. That is what is making it to grow very, very fast. And I want us to take that principle of simplicity and apply it in our day-to-day, business. Let's take, for example, the skill of presenting. I meet a lot of people outside here, and I believe some of you, your downlines are giving this kind of excuse or alibi that they are still new, they still don't know how to present, they still don't know how to show the plan. But that is not the case, because this business is one of the simplest. Anybody should be able to pick a pen and a paper and do a proper presentation. I remember when we got started in the business, we didn't take very long before, we were in front of people just to show them how this business works. And how we learned it was by seeing. You could see what the upline is doing, and you transfer it exactly to that piece of paper in front of a prospect. We found many of the guys were making payments, even though we thought our presentation was not very perfect. But that simplicity is what makes it, network marketing, is what makes it a wonderful business that, can explode in no time for anyone, irrespective of your level of education, irrespective of the people and all that. Secondly, when it comes to the skill of prospecting, you realize that a lot of us, we will also give that excuse that upline, my Facebook this, Instagram that, TikTok that. You try to find an excuse why the business cannot work for you. You try to find the reason why you cannot collect enough contacts in a day. But you realize that prospecting is also a very simple, a skill to practice, because everywhere we go, there are people. When you woke up in your house, immediately you got out of the door, there was the gate man there. As soon as you get to the bus stop, there is the matatu driver, there is the conductor, there are those passengers with you in the bus. When you came to town, probably someone cleaned your shoe, probably someone served you tea or coffee in a restaurant. These are people. These are guys that are eligible, to look at our business. So everywhere we go and everywhere we go to relax on weekends, there are people everywhere. All you need to do is to start a conversation, collect some contacts. When the time is right, underline that statement, when the time is right, show these people your business. So we should be able to prospect, in the most simplest way. We should be able to increase those contact lists without having to struggle much. When it comes to invitation, guys, we are already used to it. We invite people every day to our birthday parties. We invite people to probably weddings. We invite people to come to our churches. We invite all kinds of people, to different kinds of events. Even network marketing business, you really don't need to now cram certain scripts. You really don't need to be so unique. Just invite in a comfortable way, All that matters is you having that person in front of a presentation, and you make sure that you do a good job when you get that chance. So let's make it also simple. And when it comes to closing of the sales, many of us also try to make it, quite complicated. They say that I still don't have the big results. I've not made any money. Some will even go to the extent of telling you, why don't you give me left and right so that, people can see my progress in the business so that they can join. You don't need all these things. All you need is some level of confidence. Look at the top earners. Look at the people who are doing well in the business. Everyone started from zero. Everyone started from ground zero. And everyone had that first, earning in their DTC. So how did they close the sale even before they made the money? It was not about the results that these guys had at that time, but it was about the level of confidence. It was about the posture that these guys carried at that time. So before you go do that presentation, before you go do that closing, make sure that you are dressed well, so that you boost your level of confidence. Make sure that you know what you are going to speak about, just the basics about the business. Know a few stories and speak with a lot of conviction. It is that simple. You don't need to show, the money in the DTC. You don't need to show the cars you are driving. If you just do the presentation and show the prospect, what is in this business for them, definitely you are going to have a higher closing ratio, of course. Now, the other area that we also need to practice this same simplicity in our business is when it comes to the system. Now, the system that we guys are running on currently is a system that has already created a lot of success stories. We have had people make millions. We have had people buy cars. We have had people buy pieces of land and all sorts of things. You've seen guys travel and all this. And that simply means one thing, that the system we are running on works. Now, if that system works, then you don't need to change anything in it. You don't need to reinvent anything in it. All you need to do is to plug and play. Get in and move. Because one thing is that a lot of us, just like I said in the beginning, we will spend so much time thinking and thinking, what if I could add this here? What if I could do this there? Let's look at the guy who made the wheel. The wheel is usually circular. And you who is very smart, you who wants to think a lot, could come and say, why is this wheel circular? Why can't we make it rectangular? Why not make it triangular? Why not make it a square? By the time you test all these shapes, and realize that the circular one was the best, you shall have lost a lot of time, you shall have used a lot of resources, and you might also be tired. So the moment you come on board, don't waste a lot of time, trying to reinvent the wheel, trying to do things in, another different way that has never been seen before. The system thrives on simplicity. The system that we run on thrives on simplicity. Simply plug in, play along, and definitely you are going to do much better. But ladies and gentlemen, even though the system is simple, even though the system requires so much simplicity, even if you practice this simplicity, it does not mean that, it will just happen in a snap. There is a process, there is a channel that you have to follow before you actually get to the level that you want to be. And that will require you to practice what we call consistency. That will require you to practice what we call repetition. They say repetition is the mother of all mastery. Now, once you have simplified your processes, remember you have to take time to master them. Remember you have to take time to start seeing huge results. You might see results from the word go. You might get a few sign-ups. You might make a few sales. But for you to have that stable, grounded, solid business, it might take you probably a few months to 1 year. So we must be willing to go through that whole process. We must be willing to, repeat this skill so that, our mastery level can go up. Muhammad Ali once said, during his prime, that he would not fear a man that has practiced 1,000 kicks in 1,000 different ways. But he would be so scared of that one man who has practiced one kind of kick in 1,000 different ways. So the moment you've already simplified your business, I want you to do it again, do it again, do it again, keep on trying, keep on trying, keep on doing it until you become a master. Because the truth is, it is only the masters that get paid. It is only those who have mastered their craft. It is those who have become artists in whatever they do that actually get paid a lot of money. So do it consistently, do it repeatedly until you get it right. Not once, not twice, until you get it right repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly. Lastly, as I come to the end of my message this week, I also want to stress the importance of focusing on what matters. Every single day, you guys are going to be faced with two kinds of activities. You'll have those activities that are important. You'll have those activities that are urgent. Now, the urgent activities will always be there every day. Something that just pops up and it needs your attention. Something that comes up at noon hour and it needs your attention. Those things will always be there. But then the things that are important, those are the things that matter. The things that are important, those are the things that are going to put money into your pocket. So every single day when you wake up, make sure that before you retire to your bed, you have done the important things in our business. Don't ever go to bed before you show some people the plan. Don't ever go to bed before you close some sales. Don't ever go to bed before you impact the life of someone, be it your downline or someone outside there. So don't forget to execute those important tasks every day, because the urgent ones will always be there, and the urgent ones are the ones that take the most of our time. So know what is important for you every single day. Also know what is urgent and treat each one of them as you should. In summary, if you are going to forget everything else, don't forget this: that the magic of network marketing is in its simplicity. Therefore, we need to practice simplicity in each and every skill. That simply means there is no one, even one that is 1 day old, that cannot do the business. There is no one who cannot present. There is no one who cannot invite. There is no one who cannot, prospect. There is no one who cannot close. All of us who are listening to my voice, so long as you are a member, practice simplicity, practice these skills, and you will start seeing results as soon as possible. Number 2, let us follow the system. Let us follow the system religiously. Let us not reinvent the wheel, because you are going to use so much energy, you are going to use so much of your time to think on things that may not even work for you. So follow that system that has already worked for the team, for your uplines, and you'll get there. Number 3, I've said repetition is the mother of all mastery. Therefore, let us practice the business consistently every day without fail. And we need to know what is important versus what is urgent. Focus on the important activities, and if you do them long enough, your success is for sure. Now today in the evening, today on Wednesday, we have our online guest training. So make sure you invite massively. The past 2 trainings we've had the past weeks has been a huge success. So invite. Let us train your guests. Let us show them the big picture, and let us take your business to the next level. Again, this Saturday, we have our BOM. We have our big opportunity meeting at 680 Hotel. Make sure you invite. All these guys you've been training, all the follow-ups, all the guests, your family members, your friends. Bring them on that day so that they might see the other perspective of the business. We only have 2 weeks to the kickoff training as well. If you have not yet purchased your ticket, you are failing yourself. You're failing yourself. And if your downline is not part of that training, you are failing your business big time. You are failing your business in a big way. Make sure that you get your own ticket, bring your team, and let us learn on that day. Let us arm ourselves with knowledge so that we go and win this year. See you guys at the top. Not from the top, because the bottom is definitely crowded and you don't want to be there.